Homework question number 2. Now this is a tricky one in the way that it's worded, but once you understand the actual wording of it, it shouldn't be that bad. Paul's taxi charges a basic fee of $2.25 plus 10 cents every 15 seconds. So the way that the rest of the question is worded, it's in minutes. So this whole 10 cents per 15 seconds thing isn't very helpful. Now you can do it in a couple of ways. I noticed that some people were doing it various ways in class, but here's the easiest way, I think. So it's 10 cents per 15 seconds. Well, what happens if you have 30 seconds? The time is doubling, so the cost is doubling. So that's 20 cents per 60 seconds. Well, what about when we double it again? 60 seconds. We're doubling it here. So if 30 seconds costs 20 cents, 60 seconds is going to cost 40 cents. So 40 cents per 60 seconds. Well, that is just a minute, so that's nice. The only thing is the rest of the question is also in dollars. So let's express this 40 cents as dollars. 0.40 per 1 minute. Now, that's a little bit easier to deal with. So let's change the wording of the question. Paul's taxi charges a basic fee of $2.25 plus 40 cents per minute. The taxi is occupied. Write an equation that describes the relationship between the cost and the time. So let's set up our question. D, F, K, and I. Remember, the dependent and independent are going to be letters, and the F and the K are going to be number values. So does the cost of the taxi ride depend on the time, or does the time of the taxi ride depend on the cost? Well, just saying it right there, it kind of makes sense that the cost of the whole taxi ride depends on how long you're in the taxi for. So the dependent is the cost, which we're going to call C, and the independent is the time. In minutes, let's call it T. Now let's figure out this F and K business. So it charges a flat fee, a fixed rate of $2.25. Well, guess what? That's going to be our fixed rate, $2.25. And it charges 10 cents per 15 seconds, or we change it to 40 cents per minute. So let's use that minute value, 0.40. So remember, we have the dependent equal to the fixed rate, the F value, plus the K value times our independent value. So we know what the variables are. Let's plug them in. Dependent is C. Your F is $2.25. Your K is 0.4. And your independent is T. So here's the equation, and done. C equals 2.25 plus 0.4 T. Let's just put brackets around this so it's easier to deal with. So that's our A. So we have our equation. The second question is, how much would an 8-minute ride cost? So we know that T equals 8 minutes. So instead of the T here, we're going to write, instead of the T here, we're going to be writing 8. So we copy this entire equation down as is, but instead of T we put 8. C equals 2.25 plus 0.4 times T, but we know that T equals 8, so we're going to put 8 in. When you figure all that out, your final answer should be $5.45 for an 8-minute cab ride.